Ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the International 6 group stages. This is going to be game number 2 of a 2-game series between Fnatic and NewBee. NewBee had a very successful game 1, taking out Fnatic pretty cleanly, and Fnatic looking to go ahead and come back in this rip roar, and they've had a tough run so far, but they're not down and out quite yet. I'm Android, being joined once again by Winter. How do you think this matchup's going to be different from the previous one?
Well, it depends what kind of lineup they choose for. I think Fnatic should be playing what they've been playing yesterday. More fast-paced heroes that win your lane, and you pressure, push for objectives instead of going for late game. I don't think Fnatic should be doing that kind of strat against NewBee. And NewBee opens the draft with Drow this time, instead of the Shadow Demon. Because Fnatic are on the Dire side, so probably they don't want Fnatic to get the Drow plus a Drow lineup on the Dire side, so you get that easy access on Roshan. This is what I like more from Fnatic. Heroes that are more fast-paced, you have very good laning phase, you're not so greedy, you pressure the lanes. Because Darkseer plus Earth Spirit can easily pressure the opponent's safe lane if you have the right initiations early, the roll-ins with the double iron shells, and they ban the Oracle, so it makes the Darkseer pick very, very strong and very hard to deal with. That's the best support to deal with the Darkseer pressure in the early game.
Yeah, I'm really liking what Fnatic are doing so far. You mentioned that last game they went for a very greedy lineup. They needed to kind of sit back and farm and relax, and that doesn't really suit the style that they want to go for.
No. Please no, Fnatic, and this is good for them right now, what they have. So for NewBee, let's see what they go for to deal with the Darkseer plus Earth Spirit aggression. It's very difficult to deal with that. This is pretty good. I don't think they necessarily want Huskar yet, but Dazzle is very good at dealing with the pressure. Because when Darkseer and Earth Spirit, they play in the lane together, they want to push the lanes with Iron Shell so they can pressure you and dive you under the tower. Dazzle can kill the creep wave to mitigate that and to keep your carry alive. So it's a very good support to deal with the pressure that Darkseer and Earth Spirit will provide on the lane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so triggered when I see that Dazzle pickup, especially with the Drow Ranger's aura. Yeah. You gotta be going to that big old blue bully.
It's a possibility that Huskar is an option for them, but it's gonna depend whether Fnatic has a draft that doesn't deal well with the Huskar and has a lot of loopholes in it, or Fnatic just chooses to ban Huskar. Like a lot of teams have just been, I don't want trouble with this hero, I just ban it when I see the Dazzle.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Fnatic could stand up against that, or is it just something they want to just wipe off the table completely?
Depends on their cost though. I'm not sure because I need to see their heroes.
Yeah.
If they have the right heroes to deal with Huskar. If you have the correct lineup, it's fine that they have Dazzle and Huskar, but if you have a very bad lineup to deal with Huskar, then you're just gonna lose very, very quickly. And it's very difficult for you to deal with the hero.
Now, NewBee, when they pick up the Drow most commonly, do they go for the full-on, like, 5 range heroes, big push strat, big Drow strat, or do they go for the more traditional position 1 Drow with maybe 1 or 2 heroes?
I think there's 2 ways they might go about it. Tri-core, they are very famous of doing tri-core lineups. Heroes that scale very well. Sometimes they do Kai-P on tight, a teamfight hero. Like I mentioned to you yesterday, with Drow lineups, if you want to push early, you can go for the tight Drow and another sieging core on your mid lane. So when you just go get your first few items, you get your mech, and then you stand together and you siege, you have the Ravage to protect the heroes. That's a possibility for them. They ban out the Bat Rider, I mean the Enchantress. The Enchantress ban is to make sure that they have a good laning phase. That I can understand, but banning out the Bat Rider here, I'm not so sure about that. Because I think that the Tide Hunter would be better for their overall composition if you're worried about an off-lane hero. But we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could have been a Moo Bat Rider in the mid lane again, but you know, it would benefit from that precision aura from the Drow, so just taking it off the table is nice, but I mean, that does leave the Huskar available if NewBee want to go for that raw damage.
Yeah.
Fnatic, they've got another pick here. What's their best bet up against this? Do they go for the Axe?
But they have to see what NewBee goes for first. I don't think they'll go for the Axe that quickly, unless they are certain that the Huskar is coming. But right now they go for the Witch Doctor, so all their lanes are going to be strong. They're just picking supports that are gonna make sure that they have a good laning phase, which is the general plan that Fnatic always goes for. And in all the games
10
that played
seconds
yesterday, get a good
remaining.
laning phase, get 1 or 2 items, and
5
then
seconds
group up and just
remaining.
push and take objectives. Oh, is Husker is a very
Fnatic's
big
turn
possibility
to
here
pick.
because they just pick Witch Doctor. It means that they can't go for the AA anymore. AA is a very big counter to Husker. So right now, oh, this is very dangerous for Fnatic. If they don't pick a right click DPS hero and they don't have good ways of dealing with the
10
Husker, Husker might
seconds
just destroy their lineup.
Yeah, it's definitely dangerous here. Fnatic, if they know
5
it's coming,
seconds
what's
remaining.
the best thing they can do?
Snatch it up themselves, but they don't play Husker. Oh,
Reserve
this is
time.
difficult. They don't have any good ways of dealing with the Husker. The current 3 heroes are not very good against Husker. Witch Doctor is okay to a certain extent with your death bot in team fights, but they have Io and Dazzle, and they can't pick Ice Blast. This is really bad for them. Right now, the more I think about it after I see this Io pick. Newbee are in a very good spot right now. Fnatic has to use up a lot of time to figure out a way. They're probably already thinking, crap, what if Husker comes next? What do we do?
Yeah, I mean they've got their supports. They're looking for the cores here, their mids, and their safe laners. If they wanted to snap it up for themselves, is that viable at all, or is it just
I
gonna
mean,
lose them the game?
it's viable. I wouldn't say it's not viable. It's viable for them, but they don't play the hero a lot. So I don't know if they are comfortable with the hero or they are willing to use the hero. So I mean, they definitely can pick it if they want to with the lineup.
They're gonna go for the PL here. You know, what's the big
Newbee's
idea around
turn
that?
to pick.
Ion Shell hero plus PL is very good against draw because you wanna have heroes that can close gaps against draw ranger, remove the marksmanship, and at the same time PL would utilize the Ion Shell very well. But he doesn't deal with Husker very well
10
early, but he
seconds
deals with
remaining.
Husker later in the game when you have a lot of items. Because Husker doesn't kill illusions
5
fast.
seconds
He has no
remaining.
AoE damage, he's very single target. So PL is very good against Husker late game.
Yeah, I mean, looking at
Reserve
Newbee so
time.
far, they're generally pretty single target focused. There's not a whole lot of AoE. Is that a weakness in Newbee's draft, or
Yeah,
do
right
they
now.
just need to go and
Right
do
now,
their thing?
there's a weakness. That's definitely the weakness in their draft. They have to either get a hero that can deal with the illusions or itemize the draw into Maelstrom Agonyms to clear out the illusions. Those are the options that Newbie have right now. But they are definitely still thinking about the Husker, whether they should go for the Husker right now. But if they go for the Husker, then they have to make sure that they do very well because Husker doesn't deal with PL late game. You have to rely on the Draw Ranger or the other last pick that you have.
Yeah, so I mean, Newbie, they're kind of deciding whether they want to go for the Weather the Storm kind of strategy and sit back and let Fnatic tire themselves out, or if they want to be the ones being the aggressors and making the moves. And spare the Huskar, what's another core that could go and actually get that done with the IO? Oh, that, well, okay.
I mean,
Fnatic's
Viper is a lane
turn to
dominator.
bat.
It's a core that helps them snowball from the laning phase, and you can get a quick mech of Viper, and they have Io plus Dazzle, so they can easily group up very early to push down towers. Because number one, when you're playing against PL, you don't want the game to go late, because PL is very powerful
10
late game, but he's
seconds
weak
remaining.
in the early to mid game. He can somewhat fight decent early,
5
but later
seconds
in the mid
remaining.
game when you are grouping up, PL is not that useful against that. So Fnatic decide to ban out the Tide.
Newbee's turn
I
to
like this
ban.
much more compared to the bat, but Newbee is still not gonna get that hero. So it's gonna allow them to group up and push very heavily. Let's see what other offlaners that can help them push early, that can help them with the
10
team fight. There's still
seconds remaining.
Beastmaster. Yeah, Beastmaster seems like one
5
of the
seconds
best options they
remaining.
have for the push.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty fast to get up. He does need a little bit of time to himself in the
Reserve
jungle, and that
time.
could allow for the safe laners to farm a little bit too much.
Yeah, but it's gonna allow them to have a very strong and scary lineup, and you have Necrobook on top of your mech on Viper or the IO, and you have marksmanship from draw. So everything seems really good together if they pick the Beastmaster.
Man, is this Newbie just going in with a clear plan and they completely get it off the ground, or is Fnatic still able to go and kind of read into this and
Yeah.
get the most out of it?
I mean,
Newbee's turn to
Fnatic's
pick.
gonna have to defend. Right now, look at their last ban. They ban out the Tinker. So Newbee with the Tinker ban wants to push. You don't ban Tinker if you don't want to push, because Tinker deals very well against 5-man lineup. Where you're trying to push and they're gonna just be able to march and
Fnatic's
constantly
turn to
defend.
pick.
So they went for a very aggressive lane. The Axe. if the PL is on the safe lane, he might struggle against a X plus IO dual lane. That lane is very, very scary. Remember the last game where they had the IO plus Bristleback?
Oh.
This is a very similar
10
type of
seconds remaining.
heroes together, where you want to look to pressure the enemy lane. They're expecting
5
Fnatic to have the
seconds
Darkseer plus
remaining.
Earth Spirit together in the off lane, so only one support will be up there for the PL.
Do you think
Reserve
there's a
time.
possibility to see PL mid, or does Fnatic not do that?
PL mid doesn't do very well against Viper. He struggles. I think it's a bad matchup for PL.
10
So
seconds remaining.
I think it's very unlikely that they do PL mid against Viper. They have
5
to do PL
seconds
safe lane and
remaining.
pick another mid hero.
Alright, we'll see what they're gonna go for there. Down to the very last second, they go for the Windrunner.
This is the mid hero that they are gonna go for against the Viper. It provides them with some sort of D push with the power shot, because against a 5-man pushing lineup, you need D push. And right now, before the Windrunner pick, they have no D push. They have no spells that can clear creeps effectively. Iron Shell can clear out the side lanes, but when they are 5-man pushing the lane, it's very difficult for you to do that. So overall, they have a somewhat balanced lineup. Their lanes are pretty okay with the Earth Spirit roaming around pressuring, which Dr. PL might struggle against IO and X depending on the play. So I think PL might not have free farm this game unless they commit the Earth Spirit to the safe lane and they just leave the Darkseer alone. Then Darkseer has to probably jungle, because he can't really lane against the Dazzle and Drow together.
10 seconds
Yeah, it's
remaining.
looking tough for Fnatic. I think it's going to come down to really clean execution, and we have seen Fnatic be able to
5
perform,
seconds remaining.
especially in the laning phase. They can be very synergistic. They can go in, they can get the job done. Do you think Newbee is just going to come online too fast for Fnatic to deal with?
It might happen if they lose their lanes very badly, then Newbee will just snowball and run over them. But if the lanes are going to be fine for Fnatic, they can go into the mid game with that. They have very good team fight with the vacuum into kick from the Earth Spirit. So they have that going for them, plus the Death Ward. If they don't lose their early game too much, they have a pretty good shot at the mid game with the team fight. Newbee's team fight is somewhat only the Axe call, and they don't have much big AoE damage or spells apart from single target focus from the Drow and the Viper. So if they make sure that they don't lose their lanes too badly, Fnatic will have a decent shot at team fight.
Alright, so moving forward, it's going to be a lot of pressure on the laning phase. You said if Fnatic execute cleanly, they have a really strong mid. Down to the late game, a territory where neither team is really looking at too closely. Who's going to come out on top there?
Late
30
game,
seconds to battle.
late game, I think Fnatic might have the upper hand if the PL is overfarmed. But Newbee still have very good tools to deal with it. Like I mentioned, the Aghanim's plus Maelstrom build on the Drow is very good at clearing out illusions. So I think that both teams have pretty good late game. But team fight wise, Fnatic have the upper hand.
Alright, I'm excited to see how this is all going to go down. Again, deep rotation in from Ohio. He didn't really have any wards, just wanted to go for a little stroll there. And now up top, we could have a bit of contest. Is mid one going to run right into the Viper, beeping him up with the spear, but nothing really going to go down from there. There's going to be a 1-1 rune split. Windrunner snapping it up, and that means the Axe is actually going to take the rune for
Why
himself.
did he take the rune? Viper was right there.
I mean, I guess maybe scared that PL would level Doppelganger and try to go onto the rune.
I mean, he was running away. I don't know. I don't think Mu would be too pleased about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting with a little bit of disadvantage in terms of goals.
Yeah, he's going to the jungle anyway, so he definitely does not need the bounty rune. So maybe a little bit of misplay there, but overall, looking at the lanes, they are not gonna do the X IO lane like I see. Oh, here comes the roll into Mu. Just gonna harass him a bit, but Darkseer at the moment is in the lane, trying to get his important level 2, but they have 3 heroes here from Newbee to try and zone him out to prevent him from getting that crucial level 2.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio getting slapped around right now. I mean, this is such an aggressive duo. You don't usually see Dazzle combined with the Wisp tethered together. In fact, Poison Tick not going to be doing enough there. Dazzle, I love that level 1 Poison Touch. I think it does so much work for an aggressive Dazzle. I mean, just look, he's going right back in. This could be the first blood. I don't think Ohio can live through this. The Tick is going to be going down. That's the first blood going the way of Kaka. And that Wisp starts things off on the right foot.
That was a big misplay there by Ohio. He just played way too aggressive there, but he didn't have a Salve, so now he's gonna have a Salve. Usually he buys a Salve to go to the lane, but this time he was a bit more greedy. He started with the Soul Ring recipe, so he didn't have gold for the Salve. And DJ was coming in from the side, so he was thinking that it's safe for him to go up, but paid the price there, giving away first blood to Team Newbee. And meanwhile, Kaipi just jungling away with his Iron Talon on the Axe, having a much better start compared to the Darkseer.
Yeah, I should be able to live through this camp, and he'll go through and regen up and feel all nice and safe. And now DJ gonna be poking around, giving a little bit of harass to Kaka, but meanwhile in lane, it seems like Newbee are getting whatever they'd like to done. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of pressure here, as DJ, is he overstaying his welcome?
He's just pushing the supports back. He doesn't want the IO wanted to stack the jungle, so he's just preventing him from stacking for the axe there. So just a small little play that it's gonna slow down the axe on getting its blink. He's gonna get a haste rune, and Kaka seems like he's in trouble unless he can tether away. There's still a rolling boulder.
He's going to be coming in nice and deep there, but Kaka nice and regenning, going back on forward, and maybe there's going to be a wraparound onto DJ. He's going to book himself back up to the high ground. So nothing coming of that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we did have the Windrunner getting very, very low to the Viper poison damage, but she's still up and still fighting.
Yep, this lane should be pretty good for the Windrunner. Like, he always has the power shot to clear out the wave. Viper has to right click creeps at a time, so Windrunner should always have the upper hand in terms of rune control, push out the lanes with power shot, despite Viper having the precision aura on his side.
Oh, DJ going and making sure this block is unfruitful.
And he's just messing around with the support so much, stopping them from stacking, pulling creeps, just doing his best to try and disrupt their level gain.
Is that what he needs to do, or do you want him to spend a bit more time mid?
I think he's doing a good job right now here. He has to be able to pressure the Drow. The Drow is an important factor of the newbie lineup. Like, if the Drow gets a good start, the lineup comes together very, very quickly to push towers. So if he can get a kill with Iron Shell onto the Drow, that would be great for Fnatic.
Alright, KP continuing to farm up there. Already has his shoes, could be going towards those Tranquils quite soon. And now DJ just going around continuing to pressure. We haven't talked a whole lot about what's going on top lane, but hold that thought is we are going to have a bit of harass coming out from the Dazzle. They bring in Kaka to go through and keep everyone nice and toasty in terms of health and mana.
Yeah, and top lane, they're setting in a Ring of Aquila, which is really, really important when you're up against a lane where there's no heroes, where the enemy team completely abandons. You want to push the tower. It's just the same thing like the last game, where the Slug pushed down the lane. This is what you have to do. You want to force the offlaner to come back to the lane to defend the lane. You don't want him to just jungling without being punished. But this is the right play by Fnatic. They forced KP back to the lane to defend his lane, and immediately the supports started to rotate to control runes, and maybe at some point they need to pull the lane back or to try and gank, or he's going to try and gank the other lanes. There's 2 points in Maledict, so he has a good chance of getting this kill on Mu here if he lands a stun in. Mushi doesn't have Shackle Shot, he just has 2 points in Power Shot and 2 points in Windrun. So he can't initiate for the Witch Doctor. He needs the Witch Doctor to run in. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be going in anyway. They will pop out the cast. The Coconut does connect. Maledict goes through as well. There's going to be a rollback in. DJ a little bit off the mark. They have to bring in the ambulance, but Wiz might not be able to do enough here. Mushi's going to be the first to go down there. Look at the grave coming up from Chuan. And they're going up to the high ground. This is going to be a horrible, horrible
They were
engage.
ready. They were so ready for that.
NewBee absolutely able to go through and keep that controlled. Fnatic dropping 3 when they wanted to just go and get one little taste of
remember
blood.
the last game when Fnatic made the same move where they dove at bottom lane to kill the offlaner, and NewBee just reacted so quickly and they got 2 kills from that. This is like the same situation. They just read the game very well. They saw the Witch Doctor running away from top lane. He's not at top, so he's most likely setting up a kill elsewhere. And mid lane is a very likely lane that the Witch Doctor might gank, so the supports were just so quick on the TP.
Yeah, immediate reaction.
No way they could have killed the Viper there.
The fact that they brought in the Wisp and the Dazzle, I think, is pretty crucial. Do you think they could have done the job with either or?
They needed all the heroes there, I think, to get the kill. If they had only one hero, they save the Viper, but they don't get the kill.
Yeah, I mean, the golden light here is that Fnatic still have the PL farming up very well. Mid one doing his own thing up top, hasn't really felt any pressure from the Axe so far. Is that enough for Fnatic to continue their momentum?
Not enough though. I think the Earth Spirit and Darkseer combination didn't work as planned for them because Ohio died very early on. They needed to at least get kills on the Drow lane, but that has not happened for them. So Fnatic definitely needed to get more with this Earth Spirit pick, but so far not being successful in the early game. 3-4-3 rotating in, so they're gonna put 3 heroes here to try and continuously pressure the Drow. You can see that Fnatic really doesn't want to give Drow an easy start. They want to continuously pressure her.
I mean, she's almost got herself a Dragon Lance, just, you know, 600 gold more, and she's got it.
The
There's
roll.
a deep roll in underneath the tower. It's not going to
TP.
last. They go in. There's going to be TP reactions everywhere. All the heroes joining the party. There's going to be a TP cancel from the Axe. He's going to stick around up top as Fnatic just bail out of that. That is going to be...
PL is coming in though.
Oh.
And X cancel his TP, so Fnatic is going to have the numbers here. Iron Shell and PL.
They're going back in onto How. They will bring the Iron Shell again, doing that slow, steady take damage. But Grave is going to come in, and there is going to be a little bit of protection there. But I think How still ends up going down, trying to take Ohio out with him. Hop into the Frost Arrows. It's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor did the kill on the Io in the back line. So looking good for Fnatic right now. They take out 2, and now there's going to be Windrunner just strolling through. They should be able to secure this tower as well. As just about as good as Fnatic could have hoped.
This is much better movement than getting all the heroes down here, especially the PL. Like I said during the draft, PL is very good at using the Iron Shells early to run at the enemies and to take fights like this. And as soon as they saw Kaipi cancelling his TP, they immediately understood that they had the numbers advantage and they dove the tower. So that was very good play by Fnatic right there, securing them the tower and the kill.
And there's a rotation in for Mushi under this tower. They don't want to play tower trade. Fnatic just want to go and get those clean sweeps. But now Mushi up against 3 might be in a bit of a pickle. They are going to be rotating up the Witch Doctor, who's been doing a really good job just keeping those Maledict pressures up. And now going to be taking over to level 5. We'll see. Do you think he needs the point in the restoration at all, or can he just keep going max Maledict?
He might just leave Maledict at level 2. I think he might get healed after maxing his paralyzing cuts. Top lane we see Ohio coming in from the side. They're trying to surround KP.
He's just rolling out for the second time this game. He's able to go and juke away everything. That is going to be the rotation back in. KP goes in for the call, but there's going to be the cast coming out for 3-4-3. DJ is still up and still fighting. They land the Maledict onto the axe, but they don't want to get too ferocious here as everyone else from Newbee joins the party. Oh golly,
Just
3-4-3 going to pay the ultimate price there.
Just look at Newbee's movement. Every time they're backing up each other.
They go in, they get the poison touch here. I think 3-4-3 is a dead man. He's got himself 600 gold. He is able to buy out. Goes straight for that magic wand. So he knows the end is near. One more slap. He instantly secures his first kill of the game.
Yep, and Kaipi just picked up his Vanguard, so he's going to go for a much more tanky build before he goes for the Blink for his team. Gonna allow him to run around, push out lanes, and he's going to be a much harder target. And mid lane Fnatic trying to force the tower with a double damage rune on Mushi, but Newbee wants to defend their towers. They're going to send in their Viper right away, and Axe is running in by the side.
They go and they get the Viper strike here. Mushi ticking down very low. Even Wind run up. He's still going to be taking a ton of damage. There is going to be the kick coming back in, holding Kaipi in his tracks. And meanwhile, they are going to be going back in. The Doppelganger buying some time from mid one, but he could still be in some trouble getting slowed down by the poison. Oh, he's sprinting away, but he is going to get culled down by the blade of Axe. Quick and swift, and that looks like it hurts.
Look at their rotations and their reactions towards what Fnatic are doing. Like, Newbee is just really good at rotating quickly. They don't waste any time. Like some teams, they move a bit slower, then Fnatic gets out of the situation without getting punished. But Newbee just move around so quickly and were able to net themselves a kill on the PL.
Yeah, it seems like the synergy is absolutely there. When someone calls for help, you know exactly who's got the TP, and just the pathing has been fantastic. No one charging in from the same route, so there's no bottlenecks. It seems like Newbee are very good at spreading their damage around the area of the fight.
You know what? If your pub games will go like this, you'll be having so much fun every game. Like so much team, like the team play is just amazing from Newbee right now. It's just such a pleasure to watch the way they move around, help each other, defend their towers, push their towers. This is what you want to do. You take the enemy tower and you defend your own tower. You don't just want to take your enemy towers and not defend your own towers. They're just doing every little detail correctly and further pulling themselves ahead in terms of net worth and map control right now.
I mean, Fnatic obviously just a little bit lower down in terms of the overall net worth. PL trying to hold his own. He's getting a lot of space to himself, but the kill participation not entirely there. Meanwhile, Ohio, oh poor buddy, he just wanted to farm, and he's gonna get dunked right down.
Oh, that is not good at all for them. That pick off. The silence there from Drow, just setting up the like against Io, you have to play safe. You cannot be making moves like this alone off the map because you're just gonna get punished with relocate. That was just just a simple mistake there from Fnatic, not understanding that the Io relocate is available and just playing a bit too far on the map.
Yeah, I really love the Io here from Newbee because it seems like it doesn't have one designated partner. It's not like Io Tiny where they're always going to be latched together. You've got to be wary of Io Viper, Io Drow, Io Axe.
He's more like, you know, there's two ways of playing Io. This game, the Io is more like the support that runs around to make sure that no one dies. Like you win your lane with the hero and you don't pick the hero specifically for a partner, and you make a, like, it still fits very well with Viper, like a tank in front and you tether to him, you keep him alive in team fights, and the hero builds a mech. So early into the game, around this stage, it's very difficult for Fnatic to deal with it because you have that 500 burst heal. It's very, very hard to bring down
they
heroes.
go in, they are able to get the call onto Ohio. There's nothing he can do. Once again, called down. Now DJ jumping in. The fight goes one by one. Nice magnetize connecting on the all time. Maybe they get the kill on Kaka, but the mechanism comes up. DJ will lose his life, and there's going to be that death ward coming up. But Moo, he's still alive. The grave keeps him up. Dazzle does every can to keep him alive, and Axe is still up. He's still fighting. Witch Doctor, the lone survivor. He's going to go in. The blink in will connect to get the Viper Strike as well, and that's going to be a full wipe onto Fnatic.
Oh my god, he killed he got such a big call behind enemy lines when they initiated with the Earth Spirit behind. Kaipi just cut off Fnatic's backup and they couldn't run in and help the Earth Spirit get kills. He just got one kill with the Magnetize, but that's about it. That was just very coordinated play by Newbee once again.
Yeah, that was absolutely beautiful to watch.
That tether mech was just huge again. Gosh.
Yeah, and the Dazzle's play right there, going in, getting the wave and getting the grave. It just kept everyone up and fighting. So Newbee, you can really see the synergy right there. You can see the communication, and it's not even like these guys are talking it out cleanly. They're on the same wavelength. They're instantaneously making these decisions that help their whole team.
They got the mech and they push and they get an immediate advantage. This is what you want to do with mech items like this. You use your items immediately when you get it to extend your advantage. This is just the way you play Dota. Fast, very fast paced, and just once again understanding their power peaks very well.
Alright, going back in. KP obviously waiting for that blink call, scouting everything out. This tower looks like it is not long for this World Drought Ranger gets the kill on that, and you know, maybe Fnatic are looking to jump. There will be a smoke immediately popped out. They know they're on the high ground. Radiant sending pings up the wazoo. They're going to be going in. The call does connect onto Ohio. They ping in mid one as well to go in. The Spirit Lance does connect. Ohio in some serious trouble. Takes the Battle Hunter Moo. Comes back out again. The tether and oh gosh, the mechanism doing so much work. The Witch Doctor's spraying up the damage, but barely going to tickle. Look how tanky Moo is. And on the back lines, KP is able to go through and get another dunk for himself. The mech just doing everything possible to keep everyone up and fighting. The cast will connect onto Chuan, and the power shot will secure another kill on the Dazzle. But again, Dazzle trading for a core is completely fine if everyone else gets out safely. Now Axe, he's going back in. This guy has no mercy.
Well, Chuan didn't need to die there. He was really, really aggressive. He was running towards the Witch Doctor, trying to take a 1v1 fight against him. But Mushi was behind him, so giving up his life. But overall, doesn't really hurt Newbee's overall plan too much, losing just one support. Yeah, still gonna be able to go for the Roshan right now. I think you give it to the Viper, I guess, right now. Yeah, Viper is the strongest hero on their field.
We're 14 minutes in, and there's about a 10k net worth lead in favor of Newbee. Overall levels looking really split. You've got Earth Spirit just barely hitting his level 6 to get that Magnetize rolling, and then you've got Axe now with his level 11, so that level 2 Culling Blade is going to do a lot of work. He's farming up very effectively, more last hits than the PL, and I mean, PL, they're not even able to pick up the Diffusal at this point on Brown Boots.
Yeah, this is the issue where I said when they don't do a lot with the Earth Spirit in the laning phase, Newbee is just gonna hit a faster timing where there's not much Fnatic can do. Like, they don't have enough levels. I know I mentioned they have better team fight, but they don't have enough levels on Vacuum yet. There's only, the last fight it was just 1 point in Vacuum. Right now he has 2 points. He needs more levels before they can actually at least try their combo with the Earth Spirit. Vacuum into Kick and then land a Magnetize on top of that.
Alright, now a semi-smoke up coming in from Newbee. They've got 3 there, being all sneaky. KP leading the charge again. He's doing a phenomenal job going in and getting these amazing calls. Looks like they're going for the full wraparound. Not sure how much they'll be able to find there, but at least 3,
they
4,
see
3.
them. They're gonna see them.
Oh, smoke on smoke. Action coming in. Everyone's button heads. Immediate call in. Connects with the 2. They are going to go in. They will get Mushi going in. Just late in the day, but it's going to be the wall coming back out. KP maybe in a little bit of trouble to go in. The mech keeping everyone alive, and Mushi going to be going in that win run. One more arrow is going to miss. In fact, not able to get the lockdown there. They will eventually get the Earth Spirit. And now they're looking for the double kill there. The Wisp is going to be going out. This wants nothing to do with this fight, but oh my. That is going to be a very successful fight for Newbee right now. PL, the only one alive, just kind of walking backwards, going for the TP back to his own base. But Newbee are in charge of the dire side of the map. Is there anything Fnatic can do to gain momentum back?
Not much at this point. They have to get levels. They still do not have enough levels on the Darks here. They need to be able, like, I think that's their only saving grace. If they can at least try for a huge Vacuum into Kick on DJ, and maybe they can win a team fight. Vacuum Kick, maybe a Maledict on top of that, plus the Death Ward. But otherwise, I don't see them winning any team fight at all at this point. They're just way too behind.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the net worth split, you've got Drow, Axe, and Viper both all significantly ahead of the PL Windrunner. I mean, you've got the IO doing better than most of Fnatic at this
Yeah,
point.
the draw even already has his Maelstrom. I was talking about a late game Maelstrom maybe if the PL gets out of control, but he already has his Maelstrom now.
So cleaning up illusions very, very easily. I mean, you've got Moo here sitting on the high ground. Gonna be a Dragon Lance flying out to that little Viper, and the Mechanism doing a lot of work. Like you mentioned, the combination going in there. Look at the Force Staff there. The Shack will connect with Moo just briefly, but they can barely cut through this guy's leathery skin. DJ going in with a kick to Silence to connect, and there will be a Spirit Lance pop for the KP, but there's nothing that Fnatic can do about this.
They're not gonna be able to kill anyone, I believe. Then the Viper just
Smoke?
back
Alright.
to full HP. Yeah, they have to get the level 2 vacuum. I don't know how they're gonna do this, but they're gonna try. Level 2
The wrap
vacuum.
around. There will be a Shackle coming back in. The roll connecting onto the Axe. The Axe goes in, gets the call onto DJ in the back lines. Ohio looking for something. Will pop out the wall. The vacuum back in. Actually doing a lot of damage. The vacuum has popped out. Maybe they can get something down the back lines. Drought Ranger gets the kill onto Windrunner and kill onto. Okay. Oh no. Oh, this was what they needed to happen. Mid one gets a double kill here, but will end up giving his life. It's only the Darkseer alive. Buyback is available in the PL, but that's it. And I think we could be very close to a GG as Drow Ranger felt no pressure during that fight. Just stayed on the high ground, wailing on the objectives while the rest of her team did what they needed to do. This is going to be a full lane of racks going the way of NewBee at 17 minutes, and they are showing no signs of hitting the brakes.
He did a good job there, I believe, with his level 2 vacuum. He got 2 heroes into the wall.
He's
But
gonna
it
go.
was still
He's
not
gonna
enough for them.
YOLO in lane here. We have the Hail Mary coming out. Mid one looks like he wants to go in. We'll pop a couple Spirit Lances in. They will get the cast onto How. Not gonna land. There's the double man Shackle coming back out. Spirit Lance once again, but it's only just little harass. There's actually nothing to completely stop NewBee in their tracks. They can go. They can heal this up. They've got the mech up in 10 seconds in the Viper.
And there's nothing they can do to stop this push.
3-4-3 going back in. The Guts connects. And look at the raw damage there. That's 2 arrows taking out a
Oh my
third
god,
of
pipe on the
health.
Dazzle even now.
Oh my goodness, they are not going to be able to tickle these guys at all. Again, nice Shackle coming in. There might be a kill here onto How. Going to take a smothering from Deathward going back in. That's just the agents though. The Ground Ranger getting coming back up. KP taking a lot of damage there from the Deathward coming back on in. Ohio goes in. Nice active one. There's the Mechanism coming back in. The Tether comes in onto KP. Gets the extra armor there from Call. 3-4-3 going to be heading back to the grave. Burning down slowly from the poison tick. Double kill there from Moo. Looking to clean up all of the remainers. It's going to be 2 dead, 2 in the grave. And the GG called out by the surviving grid.
Very well executed draw strat by NewBee. This is just how you want to play. Win your lanes, group up, finish the game. You have a mech and you have a team initiator. This is like a perfect composition. 2 supports that can sustain the push. And Fnatic without much wave clear, it's very difficult for them to slow the push. They don't have like a Kotl, or anything like an acid spray this game. There's like nothing to stop push apart from power shot. And so if they don't win their lanes, push comes way too early for them to be able to handle it.